everybody. We are so glad you're joining us here today here on Channel 7. Clayton Holub, Allison Cunningham, and myself, Mr. Jesse Schroeder, here today for a very special event, the unveiling and I guess the dedication of the Ranger statue.
Yes.
We're very excited about it. You can hear the band playing behind us. Quite a few people walking up onto campus right now. Seeing a lot of cowboy hats. The
Aggie Club, yeah, the rodeo team.
Yeah. They needed to be here. We've got Coach Bob Batiste getting ready to walk by. Rodeo team, of course. You can see the band behind us. All of the dignitaries and several of the administration here as well today.
Yes. So an eventful day they have planned. So look forward to having a lot of fun.
Now, of course, the McDaniels are going to be here.
Yes.
They are the people who actually. I don't know if they actually started this, but they are the ones who were kind of backing it. You were telling me a little bit about that earlier, Alva.
They underwrote it. They're the ones who decided to donate for the statue, which is named the Ranger.
Yep.
And Tom McDaniel is actually an alum of Northwestern.
He is a 1960s alumnus of Northwestern and later actually earned a law degree from the University of Oklahoma. He was in private practice right here in Alva before he was appointed the administrative director of state courts in 1981. Now, McDaniel joined Kerr McGee in 1984, ultimately becoming vice chairman of that company and a member of its board of directors. And after retiring from Kerr McGee, McDaniel served as president right here at Northwestern from 2000 to 2001. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, but he was actually the first president that I had. He was here before Dr. Barron. And Dr. Barron replaced Dr. McDaniel. So he was here whenever I very first became a student here at Northwestern. And then, of course, Dr. Janet Cunningham replaced Dr. Barron after that. And so he served as president, like I said, here at Northwestern from 2000 to 2001. And then was named president of Oklahoma City University, where he is currently at right now, back in 2001.
Yeah. And also his wife, Brenda, also was a student here at Northwestern from 1957 to 1960 before she completed her degree at the University of Oklahoma. She served as alumni director also at Northwestern in the 1970s, earning her master's degree from the university in 1976. So they both are Northwestern alum and are very proud of the school.
This is actually, they hold this kind of a special place in their heart here at Northwestern because this is where they met.
Yes,
yes.
They did.
So kind of exciting.
Yes. And another important person we have here today is the creator of the statue, Harold Holden, and he's from Kremlin. And he is the one who built the statue, created it, and he's into Western art sculptures, and he's done it for more than 30 years. His work can be found in the Oklahoma State Capitol and on postage stamps, and it's kept him very busy. His sculpture, one of his most famous sculptures, is of Will Rogers on the horseback, and it can be seen at Will Rogers World Airport in Oklahoma City. So he's took some time out to help Northwestern in creating the statue.
That's pretty neat. Now, one of the interesting things that they did this year whenever they started developing the statue is they started creating these little statuettes or mock-ettes, I guess, that you would call them. And you said that there's one in the presidential mansion.
Yes. Very cute little tiny.
It is an absolute perfect maquette. It looks exactly like the statue that they'll be unveiling behind us here in just a few minutes. And how many, you were telling me earlier as well, how many they were actually going to be selling?
110 in memory of the 110 years of Northwestern.
Well, that's kind of neat. They're $2,500 is what they're selling those for, the little maquettes. They're about 9 to 12 inches tall.
Yes.
They're not very big at all. Something else that we want to mention today, we were talking earlier about the gift from the Ryersons. Like, did you have a little bit of information?
I do. I have a little bit. Excuse me. Richard Ryerson and his wife, Johnese, have donated a lot of money to making the campus look a little more beautiful. This corner behind us over here, and then the front entrance of the horseshoe located over to our right, they are donating.
I don't know how clear it is, but you can see kind of the orange grading maybe there behind us a little bit. They're behind the choir actually that's setting down. That's where it's actually going to be.
Yes. They are donating a lot of money. It's going to be 2 cornerstones that are going to be very impressive with the Ranger horse logo in Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Plant, stone. It's going to be very beautiful whenever they get that accomplished.
Makeover.
Yeah,
for this
completely.
corner.
It will be a huge makeover. I was talking about that earlier, how it's really going to make our campus look a lot more collegiate, more like a university. So that's kind of an exciting thing. The actual intersection where it will be located, Clayton, you may have said this here, the highways of 281 and 64 is where it's going to be right here behind us. And then we also have the major renovation at the main entrance there at the, I guess it's would you call it an intersection
Yeah, I
of
think
7th
so.
Street?
I think they call it, yeah.
7th Street and Oklahoma. So it's going to be pretty neat. Impressive new lighted brick and stone signage with planters and benches rather. It's going to be a pretty nice looking building. Now the statue itself, of course, that's what we're here to
Talk
I guess,
about.
celebrate today,
Yeah.
the unveiling of that. Did you guys have a little bit of information on that and kind of what's going to take place today?
Well, the statue itself is approximately 10 feet high and will be placed on a 4-foot base that will recognize the contributions of the McDaniels. And they will unveil it at 4:30 after they do the presentation of colors, the national anthem. President Dr. Cunningham will do the welcome and introduction. And we will have some speakers, greetings from the Oklahoma Art Council, Susan Tate, greetings from the actual artist, Harold T. Holden, and then some music from the choir and ranger band. And
It should actually, the statue is going to look very impressive, folks.
Yeah.
You can see it behind us there with the black and red drape over it. We've got the 4-foot base and then the 10-foot tall statue, total 14 feet, so it's going to be a pretty big, impressive
Yes, it will
be.
piece,
Very tall,
here
very
on
nice.
campus. You were talking about some of the speakers, Allison. Dean Linder of Alva is actually going to be serving as the master of ceremonies for the event. You mentioned Susan Tate. She's the interim executive director of the Oklahoma Arts Council. Of course, we all know who Dr. Janet Cunningham is, president of our university, and then as well as Holden, that you were talking about earlier, the creator actually of the statue, as well as the McDaniels are going to be here today as well. Some of the special music, I don't know if you can hear that or not just from the microphones that we have on, but the Ranger Band is playing behind us. Those are actually, they're under the direction of Dr. Catherine Lindberg, and then the choir who's going to be singing here in just a little bit is Dr. Stephen Kingsbury, who's the director of those folks. So, and we heard him practicing earlier. It's the anthem. I always forget what the actual title of it is, but it's the
Oklahoma Rising.
Oklahoma Rising.
Yes.
The centennial anthem that they're going to be singing here in just a bit. So it's going to be a pretty special thing. But the events are going to be kicking off, like Allison mentioned, here at about 4:30. So let's kind of recap some of the information that we've gone over, talk a little bit about the McDaniels once again, which is kind of where it all started. If you guys want to read a little bit of that information.
Well, just give me just a second. As we said earlier, the McDaniels, as you said, helped push this project along all the way. They've been the underwriters, giving money and time and effort to get this statue to our campus and make it look as beautiful as it will when they unveil it.
And I think, like Dr. Cunningham said in some of her newspaper reports, that they're so happy and they understand how much McDaniels, how important Northwestern is to McDaniels, because they spent, a majority of their time here.
Right.
So they're kind of giving back to the university. That means so much to them.
It does. Of course, after graduating from here, I believe I know his Brenda. I know she got her master's here at
Yes.
Northwestern. Did Tom get his master's from here as well?
I'm not so sure.
I can't remember, but anyway, nonetheless, they're graduates of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, and then
Yes.
of course serving as president.
And he
here
was the
at
first
Northwestern.
alum to become a president here at Northwestern, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really? That's an interesting piece of information.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get our camera guy to kind of zoom in and look around at some of the stuff going on behind us. You can see Drum Major Kevin Kerr there directing the band, several dignitaries, and quite a group of people. Over here we've got a large group of people over here to the, who's going to be onto the west side, I guess, of the lawn here at Jesse Dunn. A large turnout of a bunch of the ag majors and the rodeo team, pretty impressive there. I can see Director of the Foundation, Peter Bird, and of course Steve Valencia. So several people gathering here on campus, of course, faculty, staff, and the like.
Community,
everybody's here,
Lots of community members. It was so interesting the other day whenever the statue was being delivered.
How many people came?
I was laughing because I was like, we've got this big unveiling. I think most of the community of Alva was here yesterday.
Watching it being hoisted
with the huge crane, pick up the statue off of the trailer and actually lower it onto the 4-foot base that you're going to see here in just a little bit. So pretty impressive piece of architecture is going to be unveiled here in just a little bit. That's going to, of course, be kicking off here in just a few minutes at 4:30. More people from the community continuing to walk in. Again, it is all going to be added upon the statue that they unveiled today. Will, of course, be added upon with these new corner
renovate.
pieces that the Ryerson
Yes.
have donated.
It'll be a dramatic transformation for our campus.
And along with that, I mean, they're transforming the cornerstones, the Ranger, and also now they're doing the science and physical education building.
Lots
So a lot of remodeling.
A lot of changes taking place here.
Oh, yes.
Not only the science building, but then also the health and sports science classrooms. Those are all going to be redone.
And the baseball fields are getting work.
Baseball fields are getting work, and they're putting in the new press box with a football field. Just some amazing changes taking place here at Northwestern, really bringing up the image, I guess you could say, of what we've got going on here at the university. So if we want to go ahead and cut to our other camera, we've got another camera shot, and if we want to go ahead and cut to that and see what we've got going on, you can see there's a few people sitting in the chairs there, still some more people roaming in.
It looks like
Pay no attention to the date at the bottom of the screen. For some reason it's saying May 24th, 2006. You should be able to get that shut off.
Close to my birthday last year.
Take a look at that. Yeah, it's not real close to the date, is it?
It started to look like the regents and everybody are getting ready to walk up on the stage.
Just a few minutes past that. So,
and they're going to start with the presentation of colors.
They are going to be starting with the presentation.
With our National Guard walking that in.
What else do we have coming up? You've got a
National
program
Anthem will be played by the Ranger Band.
Then Dr. Cunningham's going to
She
do
will
a welcome.
An introduction.
Okay. And then we will just continue on from there with all the speakers that we've been telling you about here for the last few minutes. So it looks like things are kind of starting to calm down and going to be getting started here in just a few minutes. So we'll go ahead and break to our white shot so that we can watch as the dignitaries enter the stage and get the unveiling underway.
Alrighty.
We've been watching some of the dignitaries and people preparing to get ready to go on stage. It should be starting here any time. I'm noticing that less people are coming onto campus, so pretty much everybody should be in place. It's funny looking around, you can tell this is a huge event that's taking place here at Northwestern. There are cameras
everywhere
set up all over campus. They're on top of buildings. So it's a pretty impressive time here.
Very excited.
Yes, they are.
The band is still getting instructions to keep playing, so they must not quite be ready yet. They're wanting to hold this as long as they can. And but that's fine with us. We'll just keep telling you some of the information that we know about what's going to be taking place today. And again, we've already talked about the McDaniels. Allison, why don't you once again tell us about the creator of this sculpture, who it is and what they do.
The creator is Harold Holden of Kremlin, and he was the one commissioned to create the Ranger, and that's what the statue is named. And Holden has been capturing the West in sculptures and paintings for more than 30 years. His work can be found in the state capitol, on postage stamps, and these structures have kept him very busy the last few years. So he took a little time out for Northwestern to create our statue. It will be unveiled today here at 4:30. And one of his most famous statues is at Will Rogers World Airport in Oklahoma City, and it's Will Rogers on the horseback. So people might have seen that out and about.
As some of you may have seen, we had a special report on 7 News a few weeks ago about the actual making of the statue.
Yes.
I had no idea what all went into it. And one thing that I thought was really interesting that the different parts are cast individually.
Yes.
And then they're welded together with
Together.
bronze, but so then it looks like it's just in one piece.
Yes.
That it's actually created in several
Quite
different
a
pieces and then
process.
put together.
And they had a huge crane out here trying to lift it, so it must be, massive and in weight.
Very
I would
heavy.
be curious to know how much it does weigh.
How much it weighs. And they built a 4-foot platform, which it goes on, that has all of Brennan, Tom McDaniel's credentials and that kind of thing.
So the actual total height of the statue is going to end up being about 14 feet. If I could get my camera operator to look over here, most of the dignitaries, Dean Linder, who's going to be serving as the Master of Ceremonies, as well as President of the University, Dr. Janet Cunningham. I see Mr. McDaniel, and I believe that's Brenda.
Yes, that's
They're standing next to him, and a few of the other dignitaries. Peter Burr from the alumni office back there in the back. So, and Tim Lauderdale as well. He is from the foundation office. So it looks like things are getting ready to go underway, and so we'll turn it over to our wide shot so we can see what's taking place on the platform. We'll see you back here in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Northwestern Oklahoma State University welcomes you to the dedication ceremony for the Ranger. At this time, we ask you to stand for the presentation of the colors by the Oklahoma National Guard and remain standing for our national anthem, performed by the Ranger Band.